Outback Australia, a remote country defined by vastness, extremes and ancient beauty. This place lies far beyond the coastal cities with dense populations. It's a world of endless horizons, red earth and a lot of nothing in between. We are two gold prospectors living in Western Australia. We love traveling and exploring places in this part of the country, but this time we will go further. Our plan is to drive across the desert to the east coast. We're not only keen to see the ocean, but also want to spend some time metal detecting in one of Australia's richest goldfields.
Clint and I are planning on going on a longer trip, so we're quite a bit in a rush to get it all done and all organized. It's a quite spontaneous decision to drive over to the east coast and take the ute, the 29-year-old ute, which Clint is still in the process of modifying. He's still got some welding to do, and I'm not sure what else he's doing on it yet to get it all ready. It needs a service for sure, and also we got to pack everything up. So we got to decide what we're going to take and what we're going to leave, because we're not taking a trailer this time. We're going to travel as light as possible across the desert, over the Great Central Road, off to Far North Queensland. The ute may be old, but it's the best vehicle we've got on fuel, so it should be reliable, it should be good to go, and we're just hoping for the best that we're going to make it there. But I'll let Clint explain a bit more about the tools and other things we're going to take, replacement parts and all that. And the sprinkler's just cut off. I'm gonna check that, but we're looking forward to seeing some of Australia's countryside. Feel free to join in, and should be a good trip.
We certainly did see a lot of the countryside. But before we were actually able to leave, we had to make sure that the 29-year-old cruiser was ready to go.
Morning everyone. We're just doing a bit of work on the old cruiser before we go bush. So I've got couple mud guards for the front. I've just got to weld them on. Just stops the rocks getting thrown. It used to have boxes in here, toolboxes, but they're long gone. So I just put these back in here just for a bit of protection, and I've just got to weld a couple of brackets for the solar. I've just got it temporarily tech screwed here, but that won't last, so we'll weld a couple of brackets there and bolt it, so it's a bit better. So the first thing we got to do is any welding on a vehicle, got to pull the earth leads off. That'll save frying the batteries, so I'll do that and then we'll get set up and start welding. Oh, we've got the leads off. Should be good to go. Just got to do a bit of cleaning up with the grinder and make a little somewhere clean I can put the earth lead onto. So I'll do that first and then we'll start welding.
Clint is such a good handyman. I don't think there is much which he wouldn't know about or wouldn't know how to fix or how to solve a problem. He's always got a solution for whatever issue he might come across. And also he's not shy of getting dirty and getting his hands on and getting the job done.
That might do. Earth lead here. Oh, it's broken. That's no good. I have to get a clamp. Get on there. Bastard. Well, there's a bit of a setup there, but hopefully it works. See if it's going to be in the road. No. Ow. May have to clean that a bit more. get gloves, but I don't. Might actually get another clamp. That looks all straight. Might see if I can find at least one glove. Alright, we got one rigger's glove. It'll stop me left hand getting burnt. So I'll just get a couple of tacks on it and then I'll bend it the way I want it and strengthen it up from there. Not the best, but it'll hold. Need a block of wood.
He is very great at improvising as well. When there's a tool that he needs or a part and yeah, something doesn't fit or doesn't work, he's usually got a plan B how to get around this problem.
Hey. We'll just make sure that looks straight. And I'll put a few more tacks on it. It doesn't need much. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll just tack her up and do the other side. That should do it. It's nothing pretty, but we'll give it a grind up with a little bit of rough guard. Should be good. Alright, they're both on there. I just gave them a little bit galvanised. I don't have any white paint, unfortunately. Make do with what you got in the bush, but that'll keep protect the welds. There's got a nice little burn on the finger there. So we got, yeah, that side's on. Just second-hand parts I found on another cruiser, but that'll do. This side's on. This one's a bit bent, but probably bang a few more roos anyway. It doesn't matter. So yeah, I'll move on to the couple of brackets for the solar panels. Put bolts in them instead of tech screws. Should be handy. And there's a few other things. But we're getting closer. One little job at a time. And we'll start loading up probably tomorrow.
How do you decide which tools and recovery gear and like what stuff do you make sure you pack into the ute?
Well, for starters, the tyre repair stuff. So we've got a compressor, plugs, like a plug kit, a jack, wheel brace, that sort of stuff, and at least 2 spares, at least. More if you can fit them, but you need 2 at least. Just a socket set, screwdriver set, handful of spanners, a tarp to cover the fridges because it doesn't have a canopy, and just stuff like spare radiator hoses, belts, a couple of wheel bearing kits just in case. If you have to change one of them on the side of the road, you do it, yeah.
And a jump starter pack just in case
jump starter pack.
Battery goes flat. And then of course we've got different batteries as well for different and independent solar setups to run 2 fridges this time.
Yep.
Not only for cold waters, but also maybe some soft drinks.
A few beers maybe.
Maybe.
Soft drinks. That's virtually what we're after. I'll drill a hole through there, put a bolt in there, and hopefully they don't blow off the roof. A little bit of crap all over the roof there, but she's right. She'll be right. I'll weld the other side and then we'll let it cool a bit before I drill a hole. The dog's scared. He doesn't like welder or lightning. What are you doing, boy? Hey? What are you doing? Oh, here he comes. Yeah, I've finished. I've finished for now. Hey? Scared? No, you don't care, do you? You don't care. No, hey. Hey. No. Yeah, the little terrors.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of the progress of getting this ute ready for our trip. We're probably going to leave in 2, maybe in 3 days' time. And yeah, we're nowhere nearly there yet. But we have shifted these boxes, or Clint has. We put our Blue Eddy in here. That's going to move into this box and probably replace this battery. We're going to take our big dual zone fridge. So one side can run as a freezer and the other side as a fridge. In here we thought it would be quite handy to have our stuff a little bit more protected from the elements by putting them in boxes. There's nothing even in here yet. We're just testing out which distribution is going to be the best. And I reckon these boxes are going to be brilliant. And that's just the fold-out table. And in here it has improved a little bit. We put a cooker in here. That's all our cooking gear. This is going to be Clint's toolbox area. So yeah, hopefully we've got everything we need for the trip. Hopefully we're not going to need too many mechanical replacements and stuff, but we should have the basics anyway. With the solar panel on the roof and the rooftop tent, this should be an awesome setup to take on a longer trip. So I have started to clean this car out. That was not an easy mission, trust me. Everything is nice and shiny now. It makes it heaps more pleasant to travel in for such a long time. It's funny that the dogs always know that we're going away. Like before we even go, they know already, because once we start packing or, you know, shifting gear around, they know.
They know. They start moping around, get in your road.
Yes, they just stand there in front of your feet so you trip over them.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the dogs got no reason to be sad. Our mate Mark came down before we left. He always spoils the dogs more than we do, and he's also gonna look after our gardens.
Hey, doggo. Yeah. First of many fuel ups.
Yes.
It was almost lunchtime when we left town, so we didn't expect to get all too far on our first traveling day.
Nice.
We briefly stopped in Sandstone to get 2 toasties and then continued the drive towards Leonora, where we decided to fuel up again before heading further towards the desert.
Are we there yet?
Nearly. 10% of the way.
Oh, okay. Only 4,000 kilometers to go. In general, we decide on which setup we're going to take by the access. Can we get a bigger rig in there, or are we sort of going through the scrub, and is it a ute or a smaller vehicle or a motorbike? Or
Yeah.
can we tow a trailer? Is it flat and easy?
It's always handy with a trailer. You can carry a bit more water and stuff, but depends where we're going. If we're going in between towns every few days, we don't really need that much water. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. how many kilometers did we do? 500. And we left at 9:30 this morning.
There, the hard bit was set up the camp now.
Good idea. We actually worked out that our setup worked well, I think.
Yeah, it was all pretty easy. It was all rush packed, but we seemed to work out where everything was and try to keep the daily use stuff handy. The organisation changed probably 10 times on the way over and back, but we should put this here and that there.
And with the rooftop tent, it also made it very easy and quick setup. It's not a massive swag that's taking up room somewhere. It is still a bit complicated climbing up there every time and whatnot, but for what it is, it's still a good solution.
Yeah, it is a pain packing it up, and setting it up's easy. Just packing it up, zipping it.
Yeah, so we slept somewhere else almost every single night, and we noticed maybe in the future we'll get an easier solution, like a pop-top one with a hard roof as well.
You got ants in your hair.
Oh yeah, ants everywhere.
It's still in there.
Oh.
Flick it. It's gone.
Okay. Oh yeah, the next morning we woke up and it was freezing cold.
It was, yeah. We had the doona. We weren't even going to pack that, but just in case. And surprisingly, we used it a fair bit.
We usually get up before sunrise, so that's the coldest time of the day, the best time of the day usually in summer.
We're right on the edge of the desert, like near Laverton, so it gets pretty cold there.
And then we kept on driving. We went through Laverton and then onto the Great Central Road. How would you describe the Great Central Road to somebody who's never heard of it?
There's a lot of nothing. There's heaps of it.
And it's a long straight road that stretches over hundreds of kilometers. It goes straight through the center of Australia.
If you like corrugations, definitely try it. It wears the paint off your beer cans. It does. But yeah, there definitely wasn't much to see.
Yeah, very remote, not much traffic as well.
Oh, we saw Steve Graham.
Oh yeah, the trucker.
And that was it.
Since we've got such a good fuel economy on the car, we only had to get fuel, I think, at the beginning, because we also Googled where to get the cheapest fuel. We only topped it up at the beginning and then went straight through until...
Oh, I forgot what that roadhouse is called. The one before Warburton.
Chaka Yearly.
Something like that. Yeah, we fueled up there and then we made it all the way to Uluru from there.
That's where we fueled up next. Yeah, wow. The wildlife.
We didn't see much. In the Great Central we saw one dingo, or dingo pup. Didn't see any camels, horses, turkeys.
Not even many lizards or, yeah,
No.
was
Nothing.
And no turns left and right where you could get off the road for a bit.
Yeah,
There was not much there.
it's just grass and
Yeah,
a few flies.
desert country. Pretty
And
boring.
it's pretty dry, so yeah, it's not. I don't think the wildlife would have been too active anyway. We had a shower and then looked at the time. It was only 4 o'clock or something, wasn't it? And we thought, oh, we could probably do another couple of hours. So.
That's what we did. Had a shower before it got cold and too wet. Although we never had any rain, but just before it got cold again, we had a shower and then just kept on driving.
So we didn't take a hot water system. We didn't think we'd need it in the summer.
No.
But a few nights there we probably could have used it. You got ants and...
Yeah, you too. Oh, look at all these.
Yeah.
Oh, we're sitting on them.
Look, there's buggers.
Oh, gross. They're everywhere around
I think
here.
we're blocking their path.
Oh, great. So we almost made it to the Northern Territory border that day, and we just camped on the foot of the hill there, of the range.
Sort of in a gravel pit.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit dark. We couldn't make it. We were trying to get to Docker River, weren't we?
Didn't quite make it there.
Nah. So we camped in a gravel pit.
We drove for 12 hours and did almost 900 kilometers that day, and 800 of those were on dirt roads.
Yep. Fairly rough dirt roads too.
And then it was stormy as well. Big storms were brewing on the horizon. We crossed the Northern Territory border, took the photo, of course, which we did at every border crossing. Yeah, it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And have a look where we are. If you can read it. Yay! 1,500 kilometers down. About 3,000 to go.
Good trip.
Yes. Car's going all right. Setup is perfect. And the landscape is beautiful.
The view's getting better, yeah.
Weather is amazing, considering we are out in the middle of nowhere, in the center of the desert almost.
Perfect.
Beautiful. All right, 3,000 k's to go. That way. And then we also lost some time, but at the border crossing, and that was quite fascinating because it was the first time we realized that our phones automatically swap over as soon as we cross the border.
So we left at 6 in the morning, drove for half an hour, and we looked at the phone, it was 8 o'clock.
We were driving for 10, 12 hours a day usually, trying to do the 800 to 900 kilometers.
Yep.
But already, as soon as we crossed the border, 2 hours were gone already from our day. But we still took some time and stopped at Lassiter's Cave.
We did.
So somewhere around here is where Harold Lassiter camped after his expedition failed. And he was waiting for rescue somewhere around here. What about the reef? Is that still here?
Could be.
Should we look for it?
No. Looks a bit overgrown.
It does. There are no tracks to the left and right hand side of the road. Everything is very overgrown, mainly spinifex. And it would be hard to even get a vehicle into these places. But it looks interesting in places with quartz and all that, which really sticks out when you drive along and all you see is sand for hundreds of kilometers. Lassiter said that he found a gold reef out in that area somewhere, so he went back several times to try and re-find it, but he never succeeded. So instead his mission failed once again, and he was sitting in this cave overlooking the river until he got rescued from there. Yeah, that was quite an interesting spot, I think. Makes you wonder how much is still out there to be found.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to find anything out there. The amount of grass and
spinifex.
Yeah, spinifex.
Just inaccessible.
You can't see the ground.
No.
You wouldn't know what it looked like.
This is what Lassiter would have looked at.
Not me.
Dingo has come through here after the rain last night. That's fresh. Smells like poo. Oh, there it is. Right.
See it?
Yes.
She's throwing her leg out of bed. Must be a 202. That was before Land Cruisers and stuff like that.
So by that time we actually had a third of our trip done.
Yeah, probably was 1,500 k's or something.
And we were pretty sore already, like I was, and thinking, how are we gonna sit in the car for another
sore back,
3 or 4 days? Yeah.
Sore neck, back. The old Land Cruisers are not really designed for comfort, long travel.
We had a towel under our boat.
Oh yeah, it's a towel for cushioning, yep. But we had air conditioning, that's the bonus.
That was the comfort,
Yeah.
definite comfort. When we left Lassiter's Cave, we drove and drove for, I don't know, hours and hours. I think we hit the first bitumen at some stage, and then had to use our indicator to get to the Olgas.
That's right, yeah.
After we haven't even used our indicator for the previous day at all, because it was just straight.
Yep.
That was the first time we used the indicator.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the Olgas, definitely go have a look. It's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
Very.
It's something different. After all that driving and then some big rocks pop up.
Yes, you can see them from the distance already.
It's definitely worth a look.
Yeah, and we were gonna, take our time, have some breakfast there, but then we couldn't get into the box.
That's right.
The box was jammed.
Food box.
Food and tool box.
So we couldn't get it open. And the tools that would help us get it open are in that box as well. So that was a bit of a mistake.
So yeah, we tried everything by hammering, and then we didn't want to look too suspicious. So we left the Olgas eventually to go on to Uluru, and I think we stopped somewhere on the side of the road where you finally managed to...
We sort of hoped driving a bit more would shake whatever's jamming it out of the road of the latch, but it didn't. So we ended up stopping away from people and banging and crashing. We got it.
Yes.
It turned out to be one of our plates jammed up in the latch.
So the enamel has a good dent in it now.
Yeah. So we moved everything loose away from the door latch, so it didn't happen again, thankfully.
And then we kept on driving. I thought it was quite fascinating to see Uluru in the distance as well, because I haven't been there yet. That was very cool to see, like such a big rock in the middle of nowhere.
It's cool how it goes from like blue, like where it's so far away, and then it slowly turns red as you get closer. Like, it's cool.
Finally made it, and we got the door open now, so we can have a sandwich, and we can back into the tool area as well, so that might come in handy.
Yeah, tools are handy.
And also very cool, there weren't any other people there. Like, we were almost the only ones at every scenic spot where we stopped. Any touristy sightseeing spot, there was not much traffic and not many people around.
It's the wrong time of year to be
driving through the desert.
doing touristy stuff there. So It was hot. It wasn't even that hot.
It wasn't even that hot. It was just a nice
Sunny.
overcast day.
Sort of high 30s, I think, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were very lucky to be driving through the middle of the desert in such perfect climate almost.
I think a week before we left, it was in the 40s right through there, but we were lucky.
And the week after again.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was brilliant timing for us. And very pleasant not to have bus loads of people everywhere around. We were almost the only ones there.
Yep. Someone's cranky because it's their turn to drive.
No, because you're not a good passenger.
Why not?
Because you're not a good navigator. You're not a good information seeker about what I want to know.
No, there's nothing out here. It's just desert. Dirt, spinifex, trees.
Yeah.
We see that at home.
So who's the better passenger in the car?
Probably me. Definitely.
Who's the better driver?
Probably you.
Okay, I would have said it the other way around.
Well, it's easier when you're driving. I can just relax.
Yeah. And when he's driving, I don't relax. No, I do the research. What
Yeah,
is there to see?
So all she does is post photos to you guys and that lot.
I always look up what is there to see. Are there any sightseeing points on the side of the road?
That's not how it worked. It said, where's the next information bay? And they'll always shut. And then you on Facebook post some photos.
So then we got fuel and we just kept on driving again to Alice Springs.
Alice Springs, yep. We didn't really stop there. Oh, we
got fuel.
Did stop for fuel. But we didn't need any stores or anything. We just fueled up and kept going.
Yeah.
Oh, we still had a bit of light and that, so we thought, we could probably get another 100 or 200 down the road.
Yes. Unfortunately, we couldn't take the Plenty Highway. That was closed, and we had to go the detour via Tennant Creek and east from there.
Yep.
But yeah, we always camped somewhere on the side of the road. We had our wiki camps up there. That was quite handy to see what the campsites are like.
That is a good app, yep.
Yeah, brilliant. We were able to find spots that weren't too busy on the way.
Even if it's just a gravel pit. It's just somewhere flat to stop.
Yeah, without any neighbors, because our shower is still an outside one, and we like a little bit of privacy there. But
and we were driving most of the day, so we were only looking for camp spots in the last hour of light, sort of thing, and hoping there'd be one somewhere close.
Which there always was.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we stayed in a caravan park the whole way through the middle, did we?
No, not at all.
No.
Always free camps somewhere on the side of the road. In the mornings we were usually pretty quick. We just packed up the camp.
Pack up while we're having a coffee.
Had our coffee in a travel mug and then stopped somewhere on the side of the road to brush our teeth afterwards. We did that as well.
As we continued driving down another straight and boring road, we were grateful to have found a spot to break up the drive again. This was, of course, thanks to me doing the research while Clint was driving. The Devil's Marbles are giant granite boulders stacked on top of each other, right along the Stewart Highway. This formation is scattered across a wide valley and definitely worth a stop.
We didn't really stop much in the towns. Tennant Creek, we wanted to have a look at the mine, at the gold mine.
Yeah, that was shut.
Unfortunately, that was shut, so...
Nearly every information centre was shut because it's off tourist season. So we pulled up at nearly all of them. there might have been one open
Yes.
on the whole trip, or two.
Yeah, because I was trying to get paper maps for our
Yeah, just to
roads.
see what's out there.
Yeah.
Our trip ended up being very good. We explored a few areas along the far North Queensland coast, drove the Bloomfield track, did the filming for a gold show on TV, and finally arrived at the mighty Palmer River.
Sunbaker here. Baked into the ground. Boah. Unreal.
Please hype and like this video if you enjoyed it. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next week.